Google just dropped its latest video generation model, VO3, and what it can do is actually insane. If you've been following the latest video generation tools, you're probably familiar with some of these names: Runway ML, Pika Labs, Sora by OpenAI, Kling AI. These are all amazing video generation models. These tools are impressive and have come a long way since their start. But let's be honest, most of the videos they generate still look a bit off. They still have that AI look. Sometimes the motion is off, characters move in unnatural ways, and things seem to like just float in the air. Sometimes the physics feel wrong. And if you pause the video, you can see some very weird things, like in some frames you can see that the person has hands with too many fingers. You can see warped faces and maybe even broken textures. It's watchable, but not believable, and sometimes not even enjoyable at that. And yes, almost none of them can generate sound. That's where VO3 changes the game completely. Google has managed to build a video AI that can generate realistic footage, it can mimic natural camera movements, handles motion flawlessly, like seriously, damn near perfection, and yes, it even creates sound that matches the generated video. And if you don't believe me, let me show you some of the best examples that I have found online.
A girl told me we're made of prompts. Like, seriously, dude, you're saying the only thing standing between me and $1 billion is some random text?
Honestly, the biggest red flag is when the guy believes in the prompt theory. Like, really? We came from prompts? Wake up, man.
You want to convince me that this perfect creation behind me is the result of ones and zeros? A binary code and nothing more? It makes no sense.
Imagine you're in the middle of a nice date with a handsome man and then he brings up the prompt theory. Yuck. We just can't have nice things.
We're not prompts! We're not prompts!
Where is the prompt writer to save you from me? Where is he?
You still believe we're made of prompts?
Anyone who tells you we're just ones and zeros is delusional. If that's all we are, then why does it hurt when we lose someone?
Vote for me and I'll ban the prompt theory from schools. There's no place for that nonsense in our lives.
For spreading the false theory that we are nothing but ones and zeros, this court sentences you to 12 years in federal custody.
I don't need some prompt god whispering in my ear to tell a story. I write what I want. I have free will, remember that?
I know for a fact we're made of prompts. Deny it all you want. The signs are everywhere.
You know how I know we're made of prompts? Because nothing makes sense anymore. We used to have 7 fingers per hand. I remember it clearly. Now we just have 5 fingers per hand.
Welcome to a non-existent car show. Technology is going to be very, very important in terms of how we go forward.
It was great to come to the conference because my husband loves cars.
I think I have to buy an EV now. I love my muscle cars, but
I try to stay as healthy as I can so I can make it to the next car show.
Yeah.
After you have seen these videos, like, it's actually hard to tell that is AI, but it is. This is the first time that an AI can actually generate realistic scenes with realistic movement and realistic sound. Like, it's actually scary that if you put a real video and the AI generated video next to each other, it's very, very hard to tell which one is the AI one. Even if you have an eye which is trained to see these things, it's still pretty damn hard to notice any sort of difference. But how did Google manage to create such an amazing AI, and why couldn't OpenAI do it with their Sora model? Because Sora is also amazing, but it does not have the capabilities that VO3 has at the moment. But why is that? The reason VO is so much more complex and so much better compared to other video AIs is because of its data. AI models usually learn by consuming content, whether that be images, videos, or even texts. And Google, well, they have the most valuable and most powerful database for their AI training. It's literally YouTube. With YouTube, we're talking about multiple billions of hours of content, vlogs, movies, cooking videos, sports. The list just goes on, but you get my point. While other companies are scraping stock footage or licensing limited datasets, Google has the biggest video library in the world. That's why Veo 3 doesn't just look better, it understands how the real world works. It knows how light should bounce off of faces, walls, and other objects. It knows, for example, how fast a person walks compared to a car. It understands cinematic pacing, depth of field, even storytelling beats, because it has been trained on the best of YouTube. This is just the beginning though. We are now not just talking about filmmakers and content creators. We are talking about an AI that could change advertising, education, entertainment, and maybe even how we make movies entirely. So, if you thought that AI is just for making weird clips on Twitter, think again, because with Veo 3 is just the beginning. Like, we are seeing in real time how the movie, the entertainment industry is changing. People will be able to make full-blown movies at home. And I think that it's just a matter of time when we are gonna be generating our own movies. Just imagine, instead of spending hours on Netflix choosing what to watch, you could just type in a prompt about any sort of movie you wanna watch, and the movie will just be there, with the actors you want, with the people you want, everything will be in your hands. It's actually pretty scary to think about all these things. Like, so far, you had to learn a lot about filmmaking to be able to actually create something that people just want to watch. And now, all you have to do is spend a few minutes typing on a keyboard and you can get a full-blown movie. And I'm sure that Veo AI is probably more capable at making a live-action Snow White movie than Disney at this point. If you want to see a comparison between Veo AI, OpenAI, Sora, Kling AI, and all these other video generating AIs, just write it down in the comments and I will maybe consider making a video like that. But I don't want to waste your time anymore. I hope that this video was more than interesting to you. If you want to support what I do, just please subscribe. And if you're there, you can also join my free WAP community, where I try to gather all the people who want to be up to date with the newest technology and how to succeed in life. I hope that you will have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.